one or more weapons were used.
All right, Josh Ritter, let me go to you now for some analysis, if I may, please. Looking at that, when defense counsel is saying, I'm watching this and I'm like cringing, thinking like, really that's objectionable because, you know, your view and what you think and all that is totally irrelevant to the case. And I think she was saying DUIs. It's hard to tell with the mask, but I've gotten more evidence. And I'm thinking, yeah, no, they presented a ton of evidence. What are you talking about? What did you think of this in that approach? Was that the wrong way to frame the case evidence at the end of all of this?
I don't know if there was a right way. I mean, this is such a difficult case for the defense. I mean, I understand the tactic there. You know, they're saying there's no fingerprints, there's no surveillance video. I imagine she could have added to the list, there's no satellite photographs of the area. You know, you highlight everything that the prosecution doesn't have because you want them to ignore the fact that what they do have is a 911 call naming the killer. I mean, that's just incredibly impactful and powerful evidence. And I don't know if there is a defense strategy to get around that. Not to mention that right after, as Sue Ann pointed out, your client flees the scene and is gone for several years. That is not the conduct of an innocent person. So I don't know if they could have had a better tactic than what they did because they're just dealing with a case that I think is so strong in the sense that yeah, maybe the prosecution didn't have a bunch of forensic evidence. Maybe they didn't have eyewitnesses. But when you've got something like a 911 call from a young woman who's just been shot by her own father, using her last breaths to name him as her killer, there's not much you can do with that.
Exactly, Josh. Really, what could possibly be more powerful than that evidence that we heard so many times that was so chilling during this trial. Josh Ritter, Sue Ann Robinson, so glad you're both on the program this morning. We have to take a break. When we come back, Sarah and Amina Saeed's mom talked with Court TV about the verdict, and she reveals what she saw the defendant doing at the time that she was on the stand. Because remember, she testified as a witness in this case as well as someone who delivered a victim impact statement at the end of everything. And we'll share her interview with you when we come back.